Unfortunately though, at the other end of the shed, there's something a lot more interesting.
Oh, wow.
Hey?
God, that's early.
How early?
Teens.
Really? This very strange looking thing is in fact a 1920s Avery Hardle petrol pump. Long before BP invented the modern forecourt, skeleton petrol pumps like this were in use at private garages and homes. One crank of the handle delivered 1 gallon of fuel. Am I right?
Yeah.
That the joy of these things, if we clean them up, obviously we don't have to get the internals working.
No.
Because no one's going to pump anything.
No one's going to pump fuel with it.
It's just a lovely thing to have in your garage.
Or outside.
Or outside.
Yeah.
Restored and refurbished, one of these can fetch up to 800 or 900 quid, and this one seems to be intact. You know, I think something like that. I mean, I tell you, it may not have the glow, but it's got all the original hoses. Talk to me about that petrol pump, the big green one.
Yeah, that's for sale. I would part with that, yeah. Yeah.
And what would you potentially be looking at for that?
I would like sort of 350.
350? Ouch! 150?
No. 250 would be acceptable.
200?
200 quid.
All right.
Done. Yeah?
Thanks, mate. I
Yours.
appreciate
Yep.
you've
You
settled
done.
there, mate.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of hard polishing.
You'll be doing.
Well, actually, Sam will.
Sam will be doing. Right then.
Driving back home, it feels funny to have looked at so many great vehicles and come back with something so small. But then again, this is not just any old rusty petrol pump. It's almost a century old, a relic of motoring history. The question is though, should we give it a quick wash and brush up and get it out of the workshop ASAP, or should we restore it properly? We bought it for 200. I reckon we get 300 for it if we just basically cleaned it up. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we make 100 quid. Or we could fully restore it, and I know my mate Carl, yeah, who deals in these things. I reckon if we cleaned it up, painted it and all that kind of stuff, we might double our money with him.
I think we should make the effort.
Should we restore it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam the purist wants to get the pump back to working order, but this for me has to only be a surface restoration to get it looking nice but not pumping gas. So some of it we'll paint, some of it we'll polish, but before we do anything we have to break it down into its component parts. This sounds like the easy bit, but it's not. This thing is held together by nuts, bolts and decades of rust and grime. Dismantling it requires tins of oil, gallons of elbow grease and multiple mallets. Before long, there's more banging than a Rio de Janeiro carnival. You could play a tune on that though anyway, couldn't you?
We could do that.
They all sound different. The nuts and bolts that hold the whole thing together, like Romeo and Juliet, don't come apart that easily. Sam's techniques for dealing with sticky nuts include slathering them in oil, setting them on fire, and that old favourite, bashing them, or at least a spanner attached to them. So that's kind of ill-using. That's not how you should do it.
Definitely ill use of this poor little spanner.
Once it's all been broken down, the next task is to take off the old paint. For speed, most of it's going to be shot blasted at Darren's place down the road. Shot blasting is ideal for large, simple pieces, and you end up with a nice even finish. For the main mechanism, where the moving parts are located, Sam's taking a more precise approach. Stripping the paint by hand needs more patience than a doctor's waiting room. It's kind of incredibly therapeutic. And also, you keep away from the main house, obviously, which I know sometimes benefits my relationship with my wife, not with you. We're not going to paint all of it. The brass elements will look much better polished up, so I take them next door to shed number 2, where Master Polisher Guy has promised to give them a good going over. Guy's top tips for using an electric buffer are to press gently, keep moving, start with a coarse grain mop and then gradually go finer and finer. After 2 days of stripping, sweating, buffing, polishing, primping and preening, it's finally ready for the finishing touch, a brand new glass face. Will you stand back and feast your eyes on our work, mate? It looks a picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
And it hasn't cost that much money, and it's only taken 2 days to do.
Yeah.
So 29 quid for the glass, 40 quid to Darren, I think.
For the blasting?
Yeah. 69 quid, bit of paint.
Sort of tenner's worth of paint.
So that's 79.
Yeah.
Plus 200 for the purchase, 279.
Yeah. Quite a bit of elbow grease.
A lot of elbow grease, but we're not including our work because that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
I could put the pump up for auction, but for speed I'm going to take it to my mate Carl, who deals in memorabilia. Where's Sam when I need him? Okay, well look. Ah, doesn't she look beautiful? Hey, and I'll just put her like that. Oh. Okay, well it's D-Day for the petrol pump, because I'm going to take it up to Carl's, who deals in them, see if I can get a good price. Come on, little baby. Let's go! Whoa. Carl Weaver's been collecting automotive memorabilia for around a decade and is now trying to turn his hobby into a business. Carl?
Good morning, Henry.
Where do you want it? Just here?
Yes.
Well, you probably want it on display.
It's fantastic little pump.
His garage has got more pumps than a Texan oil field. They're all nice, but none of them have an original canvas hose like mine.
Very rare to find these on pumps.
Especially, I thought, in
Canvas
such good
hose,
nick.
yeah, white canvas hose, very rare.
Hey mate,
Yeah.
God, the price is just shooting up. It's all looking good until discussions turn to the handle. I took the decision early on in its restoration that there's no point in it working.
Right.
No, is that a mistake?
Yeah. Most people want them unseized. This one's like a lot of those I've got over there, seized solid.
So is that going to reduce the price?
Yes.
I want £750 for it.
Bit expensive for me, that is.
Is it?
Yeah. The only plus side is this canvas hose, really nice. But the pump itself, I have one just there, one there.
Yeah, you're right, Carl. No, you've got lots. But I mean, you've got lots for one reason, and that is...
The common.
Yeah.
A solid good £600, I'd be happy at that.
675?
I think 625 is where I want to be.
635?
Blimey, you're a hard man to deal with.
630?
630, I won't lose it for £5, 630 and we've got a deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
mate.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
days. I'm happy with that. Hey, will you look at that? Empty trolley. So, my direct costs were £279, and I've just sold the petrol pump to Carl for £630. That means I've made a profit of 351 of your finest British pounds. Now that is a good day.